Hello yogis, welcome back to your mat. My name is Krista and this is day 9 of our Spring into Yoga Challenge. In this class, we are going to be focusing on yoga to build a strong core. So I hope you enjoy today's practice and we will get started. If you have a Spotify account, make sure you check the description below because I have a playlist link there for you. For today's class, you don't need any props. I always suggest you have blocks nearby just in case. So we're going to get started today laying on our back. And you can keep the soles of the feet onto the mat and just bring your hands to your belly. And just for this first few moments, we just want to really connect our breath with our belly. When we connect our breath with our belly and we're breathing properly, then when we start to introduce these more difficult movements and really working on the core, we can maintain that proper breath. So as you breathe in, feel the belly expand into your hands. And with every exhalation, feel your belly float away from your hands. Yeah, really challenging the belly to fill up, allow the ribs to expand. And with the exhalation, allow the ribs to deflate and the belly to soften. We'll just stay here for 3 more breaths, just like that. Now lift your feet up, bringing your knees stacked directly over your hips, and your shins are parallel to the mat. So if you've done some of my classes on my channel, you might recognize this one. It's called Dead Bug. So we're really using this to wake up the core. Bring your hands onto your thighs and start to gently press into the hands with your thighs, and then press your hands into the thighs. And for here, you really want to think of keeping your low back glued onto the mat. Yeah, think of bringing your belly button towards your spine. Keep breathing. You might start to shake a little bit. Keep that nice, slow, steady breath. Notice if you're gripping on into your neck, can you soften the neck and really bring all that focus into the core? Yeah, we'll stay here for 5. Breathe in for 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1, gently release the feet back down. Give the legs a rock from side to side. And now start to lift both feet up into the air. Point the toes, keep the legs really engaged here. If your knees can't quite go straight, it's okay if you have a little bit of a bend. Bring your hands behind your head. And for this next one, again, you really want to think of keeping the low back glued onto your mat. And what you're going to do is just bend the knees, tap the toes onto the mat, and then lift the toes back up towards the ceiling. And keep doing that. And the further away your toes are towards your pelvis, the harder it is. The slower you move, the more difficult it is as well. Yeah, so as you keep moving through this, tapping your toes down, make sure your back doesn't start to arch. Think of really pressing that low back into the floor. Yeah. We'll do a few more just like that. Yeah, this is really targeting that low belly. Beautiful, last one. Touch the toes down. Lift them back up, point the toes back up towards the ceiling. Now start to bend the right knee in towards the chest and then straighten that left leg long on your mat so it hovers. Then draw both legs back to center, point the toes up towards the ceiling, bend left knee in towards the chest, extend right leg down. Inhale, let's lift it up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, both legs up. Keep that low back pressing down. Keep breathing. To make this a little bit more challenging, begin to lift your shoulders off of your mat. Yeah, if you feel a lot of tension in the neck, keep your chin tucked in towards the chest. Last few here. Beautiful. Gently release the head, draw the knees in towards the chest, rock side to side, circle out the hips. And we're going to do that one more time. So bring the hands behind the head again. Draw the toes up towards the ceiling. Keeping your low back pressed into the mat the whole time. This time, as you bend the right leg and straighten the left, keeping your shoulders off of your mat, tap left elbow to right knee. Come back through center, chest stays lifted, both legs up to center, switch. Right elbow to left knee. Exhale on the expansion. Inhale as your legs come up to center. Really targeting the obliques here. Beautiful. Release the legs, come back through center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Take your hands behind your thighs, gently rock up and down your mat a few times. And the next time you come up to seated, cross at the ankles, press your hands into your mat. Let's come into tabletop. Now let's stretch it out with your cat pose. So lift the tailbone up, lift your chest and head up. And just breathe here for a moment. Really stretching out that abdomen. Come back to those long inhales, long exhales. On your next exhale, cat pose. Really tucking your tail, tuck your chin as you arch your back. Inhale back to your cow. Feel a nice stretch into the front side of the body. Exhale, come back to cat pose. And come back to a neutral spine. Now take your left foot and step it to the outside of the left hand, coming into this low lunge. From here, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. And then start to raise your left arm up towards the sky, coming into revolve lunge. So that right palm stays glued onto the mat. Keep squeezing that left thigh in towards the midline. Now from here, a little hover challenge. See if you can peel your right fingertips off of your mat and hover your body exactly in this shape. Yeah, keep breathing, keep holding. Beautiful. And then slowly start to lift the torso up. As you lift, you're coming into the twist. So the right fingertips are forward, left fingertips are back. Breathe. Squeeze everything into the midline of the body. Yeah, and then windmill the palms. Plant the back heel down, open up warrior two. That front knee stays peeking towards the middle of the toes. Breathe. Bring the hands to the back of the head, elbows stay open. Then start to draw the left elbow down towards the left leg. Inhale, lift. Side bend, taking that left elbow up towards the sky. Beautiful. Let's do a few more of these. Really getting into the obliques. Last one here. Beautiful. Now as you come up to center, straighten through that front leg. Reach the arms overhead, grab right hand grabs left wrist. Inhale, let's side bend over towards the back of your mat. Really stretch it out. Come back to your warrior two. Flip the front palm. Inhale, let's take it up and back. Exhale, windmill the palms down. Right hand stays down. Find a side plank, right side. Step that left foot back. Option to keep the feet staggered. Drop the bottom knee down if you need to. Keep holding here. Breathe. Keep lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. Yeah, now let's drop left hand onto the mat. Come into your plank. Option to just push back into downward dog, or you can move through a vinyasa. Beautiful. Now let's all hang out here in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, come high onto the toes. Float your knees down to your mat. Come back into that tabletop. Inhale for your cow pose. Exhale for your cat pose. Inhale back up to neutral spine. This time, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Left hand stays glued onto the mat. Lift the right fingertips up towards the sky. Revolve lunge. Keep everything squeezing into the midline of the body. And once you're here, maybe you try to hover that bottom arm. Yeah, without losing any depth, without lifting your torso higher. Keep breathing. Inhale, now let's lift the torso up. Coming into that twist. This time, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Beautiful. Windmill the palms. Back heel comes down. Open up warrior two. Nice strong arms. Hands to the back of the head. Elbows stay open. Start to lower that right elbow down to the right thigh. Inhale. Let's reach it up. Side bend. Yeah, let's keep moving through that. Keep breathing. Try not to lose the depth in your lunge. Really using the strength of your obliques. Last one here. Beautiful. Come up to neutral. Straighten through that front leg. Grab a hold of right wrist. And take a little side bend. Feeling a nice stretch in through the right side of the body. Come back to your warrior two. Flip the front palm. Take your reach up and back. Exhale, windmill the palms down. Left hand meets the mat. Step that right foot back, coming into side plank. Left side. Breathe. Keep the ribs pushing up towards the ceiling. Yeah, one more breath in. Exhale, right hand down, plank. Hold here. Option to push down to downward facing dog. Or exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Now begin to shift your weight forward, coming into that plank. Lower all the way onto the belly. Come onto your forearms. So your shoulders are directly underneath the elbows and your arms are parallel towards each other. Think of sinking your pelvis into the floor. Really stretching out the abdomen here. Just a very light engagement of the glutes. Now, option to stay here and just keep breathing with this. If you want a little bit of a deeper back bend, a deeper stretch in through the abdomen, then press into your hands, squeeze the elbows towards each other. And yeah, lift yourself up a little bit more. This is going to deepen the back bend, so just be mindful. Just keep breathing. And then exhale, lower all the way down Stack your hands, rest your forehead down. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself back, child's pose. Bring the big toes to touch, knees apart. Reach the arms forward as you rest your forehead down. Slow, steady breathing. Calming the breath to calm the body and the mind after building some heat throughout the body. And slowly start to walk yourself back upright. Just coming into any comfortable seat. Please take all the time you need. If you need to do maybe a yin class after this, feel free to do that. And if not, I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for practicing.